Hello friends, this is Avinash Kumar. Welcome you all once again. In this video, we will learn what has a relation in Java is. So let's talk about this topic. Before we start discussion on has a relation, let's quick a recap on is a relation. In this, we have discussed a relation like the relation between animals and dogs. That is, dog is an animal. The motorcycle is a two-wheeler. We also can say that Sansa and Arya Stark is a Stark family, and Aradhya and Abhishek Bachchan is a Bachchan family. If you want to watch my video on inheritance in Java, kindly click on I button. However, in other hand, has a relation is an example of like employee has an address, motorcycle has an engine, or room has four walls. So eventually we can say that relation between two classes is has a relation. That means one class contains other class. We have two different ways to achieve has a relation in Java. One is known as aggregation and second one is known as composition, and both are a form of association. Here, aggregation shows a weak bond between two different classes, but in other hand, composition consists a strong bond between two different classes. Let's talk about aggregation. When two different classes have its own existence and they are in relation to has a relation, then it is known as aggregation. Let's try to understand with a live example. Like employee and address is two different class. Suppose we are going to remove employee class from the application. In spite of that, address can be used with the other classes like company, home, customer, or supplier, etc. That means employee and address classes are not strongly dependent on each other. So it is an example of aggregation. However, the question is why we required aggregation. The answer is code reusability. In this example, we can use reference of class address in all the classes like employee, customer or supplier, etc. That means we do not need to write code of address class into each class individually. So if we want to implement aggregation, we need to create a reference of other class into the outer class. Here you can see how reference of address class has been created under the customer class. So now we have covered aggregation and its implementation too. Now let's talk about composition in Java. In has a relation, composition represents a strong relation between the two classes. Like room has walls, room has a roof. That means the existence of each class depends on each other. If one class will be removed, the second one will not be in existence. The implementation of composition can only be achieved using inner classes. So let's talk about inner classes, because if one of them will remove, other class will not exist. Here you can see an example of an inner class. Inner class, when we create a class inside the class, that is why it is also known as nested class. In inner class, we have two different types. One is known as a static nested class and second one is known as nested class with non-static. In a static nested class, we have some rules, and those are: at the time of object creation of an inner class, we do not need to create an object of outer class. Using class name only, we can create an object of the inner class. The second rule is that we can refer a static member of the outer class directly into the inner class, but for non-static member, we need an object of outer class. Now let's talk about non-static nested class. In non-static nested class, we need to create an object of outer class first, then only object of inner class can be used. And the second rule is that we can directly refer all type of attributes inside the inner class, whether it is non-static or static attribute of the outer class. So that's it from a side in this video. In the next video, we will see a live demo of all the discussions. Till then, thanks. Kindly like and share this video, subscribe to my channel, and leave comment if you want to know any clarification. Thanks once again.